Hey, welcome back to Enigmatica 2, where in the last video, we made this giant energy core to kind of solve the majority of our energy problems. And on top of that, we got these Wyvern energy crystals to transfer basically all the power we're ever going to need. So that now I can actually try and get into some of the high-end draconic stuff. Because until now, if I tried to do it with energy conduits, it would just take way too long. Speaking of, I don't actually need these anymore, because last time I couldn't figure out how to use these crystals to wirelessly connect to all of the machines. That's because I've been using the wrong crystal. I need a wireless energy crystal. And I think I may as well make the basic one as well, just because that way I can complete some quests. And yeah, I still have some spare basics, so I shouldn't need much here. I need some Fluix pearls for the wireless receivers, and some wireless boosters to get the wireless RF transmitters, and then I can make that wireless crystal, which should, yeah, trigger the quest. Now I just need to do the same for the Wyvern one, although I'm gonna need multiple of these. I think I'll go 8 particle generators for now. Then I just need some Eyes of Ender, and yeah, I can make 4 wireless Wyvern crystals. And then I think I just put the wireless crystal there and connect it in. And aha! How many connections can it have? 32! Okay, that's pretty good. I don't know what the range of it is though. Can it reach over here? No. Or maybe it can? It can! Huh. I think I'd still rather not. I'd still rather place another crystal in the middle here, just so I don't end up with these particles crossing everywhere. I could probably use the same wireless crystals to connect to the void miners, but I kinda like having them connected in like this. It feels like a stronger connection to me, and if it saves on wireless crystals, then so be it. But anyway, that's just a little bit of housekeeping to get done. The main thing that I want to try and work towards is any kind of a fusion crafting setup. I've only marked down the basic crafting injectors because they're quite easy, but once I get them, I might be able to go to Wyvern. Because technically nothing here is out of my reach. I'm just concerned about getting the 10 Wyvern cores. Because I can do it, I might have to go back to the end to get some more shulkers, and I'm going to have to make some more stellar alloy. And actually, looking through some of these recipes, I might want to get an advanced carpenter just for the fact that it makes this a bit cheaper. I need less alumite, less ender amethyst, and less liquid DNA. Oh, what do I need for this? Nothing here seems terrible. Remind me how I get machine cases. Yeah, I might be able to do this. I'll mark it down, and I'll get to that if I've got time. But for now, I'm just gonna have to focus on getting the crafting core and getting 10 of these crafting injectors. I don't technically need 10, but 10 is the maximum and it lets you do everything, so I may as well get 10. And you know what? All I'm really missing right now is a bunch of iron, so I can get those 10 right now. It doesn't trigger a quest yet because I don't have the core, but it will do. So, what do I need for this core? A lot of things. Nothing here is that big of a deal. Like, all of the environmental stuff, tech stuff, that is nothing. I have so many of these crystals. I can absolutely make all of these blocks. So then what else? I wonder how much spare Mirian and Oscar glass I've got. I've got spare Osmiridium. I don't have much spare normal Mirian. And I'm wanting it short on Oscar glass. But I did this last time, it's not so bad. And while I'm here, I may as well make the Mirian too, so that then I can get all 3 of those blocks. And then what else do I need here? There's a couple here that I think I might actually have already. I've already got a spare Draconic core, and I can turn it into a Wyvern energy core fairly easily. Then I've also already got plenty of Nether stars, and I can turn it into an Ender star fairly easily. So that's 4 pretty easy things done too. What else can I do quite easily? Maybe the Iridium reinforced plate? Just need some advanced alloy, and I can make that. Then a block of crystaltine's probably not that bad. I can make tons of crystaltine very easily, so a block is not a problem. And also the terrestrial artifact, maybe? I even have spares. Okay, so there's 4 things that I don't have, being the full resonant cell frame, the Wyvern core, the Empowerer, and the Fusion core. What do I need for a spare Empowerer? Not much. But actually, do I even need to make another one? Because all of the empowering things I can also do with combination crafting, and that very well could be easier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just take that. Oh, because what can I make in the Empowerer that I can't do with combination crafting? Nothing. The combination crafter can do everything. So, yeah, I think I can just replace the Empowerer. That simplifies things. Then, next up, the Fusion core. I might be able to make this. I have nothing. Okay, well, I can start making some of this. A lot of the things I need for it are fairly easy. I do need 2 chemical reactors, though. They're not too hard to make. So there, that's the Fusion core. And that leaves me with 2 things. The Wyvern core, which we already know how to make, and I can probably make one right now, because I do have quite a lot of spare things. I just need that bucket of primal mana, and then I can make that Wyvern core. So then that leaves me with 1 thing left to make. The full resonant cell frame, which is its own doozy. Oh boy. I'll worry about the rest of this in a minute. What do I need for the empty cell frame? Right. And then the full signalum cell frame I've already done before. Whew, okay. Let's get this done. I'm gonna have to set up the crafting core, and it looks like it's already got palace crystals in there right now. But is this gonna work? I presume this is what I need to do. No recipe found. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. It just didn't have any items. For some reason it just went all the way through. But that means... I should have the items here in the right spots. Why does this not want to craft? Just goes straight through. Hang on, I'll remove the hopper at least. Okay, it just takes a while. So there's the hardened cell frame, and proof that this combination crafting works. I might need to fiddle with things because it's not a direct replacement for the Empowerer. So I'll just work my way up through the ones that I've already done. And I can get all the way to the full signalum cell frame. Now, what do I need for the resonant cell frame? I need some lumium. I have spare. I need hardened enderium glass. I can make that. I need mana dust. So I can get that fairly easily. And then lastly, I need an ender casing, which I actually have most of the things for that already. I just need a block of black quartz. And there we go. So then this just goes in the thermionic fabricator. And then all of this to be able to actually fill it. Okay. So I think the main thing I'm seeing here is that I need more pedestals. And if I'm making more pedestals, I may as well go all the way. So I need 20 pedestals. I have 4. That's another 16. I do not have enough black iron. I should be able to make quite a lot more, but I don't know if that's as much as I'm gonna need. Nearly. I'm missing 6 blocks. I can make more. There we go. That's barely enough. And now I just need, what's that, 16 liquefacted coal? 16 buckets? So, quite a lot of melted coal. So this is gonna take a while to go through. But the time in a bottle really does make all of this a lot easier. So now, I have 16 pedestals. Where do I put them? I guess I can do this. Yeah, that works. Anyway, now to work through these items. I can get myself an infused diamond. I can make an ultimate control circuit. I can make an enderium gear. I have plenty of spare litherite. I have spare bioplastic too. I can make a genetics processor. I can make a moonstone. I can make a dense steel plate. I can make a lapitron crystal. I can make an ender electron tube. I can make a reactor frame. Then I can make a tier 1 structure frame. And that's all but 2 of the items. Because I left out this cubic boron nitride and this pulsating mesh. Because neither of them I know how to make. So the cubic boron nitride, I need hexagonal boron nitride. So I need to do boron nitride in a crystallizer. For ammonia and boric acid. This is starting to get complicated. Okay. What about the pulsating mesh? I need pulsating propolis. So I need a mysterious comb. I just find it in ender hives, I think. Don't I need a specific thing to break hives? I think I need a scoop. I can make that. And I just run off to the end and break a load of these ender hives. Yes. I'm not sure what the odds are. The bees don't like me doing this, but they don't really damage me that much. But I only need to do this until I can get 5 of the combs. There we go. I think I might have destroyed every single ender hive on the main island to do that. So, don't know if that's lucky or unlucky. Anyway, now I either need a centrifuge or a centrifugal separator. I need a centrifuge for the centrifugal separator anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And that got me all 5 pulsating propolis, so I can get that pulsating mesh. Now to just do the boron nitride. And so I'm gonna need to make a few machines. I think I basically just need a crystallizer and a chemical reactor, and I'm just gonna do all of this manually. And most of the work is in the chemical reactor. So I'm gonna start with this ammonia. And that needs 3 buckets of hydrogen and 1 bucket of nitrogen. I've got... oh, that's gaseous hydrogen there. And because this is nuclear craft, it needs to be liquid. I guess I can get a rotary condensator. Or... never mind. Nitrogen I have to do with nitrogen collectors. So I'm just going to chuck that down there and leave it to collect nitrogen. I do have a spare rotary condensator, but I didn't use it last time because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work properly. It's stuck on liquid chlorine, and I don't know how to change that. I guess I'll just make another one. And is there anything I can use to bucket gases? Maybe I use a universal fluid cell? I really hope this works. No. I guess I can do it this way for now. Except for some reason I can't get this to work. So what if I connect it here? Oh, that's sodium. Oh, god damn it. This one's hydrogen. Ugh. I need 1 more rotary condensator. Okay, now it's got hydrogen in it. So it can turn it into liquid hydrogen. Oh, but am I not able to bucket this? Okay, I can use the fluid cell. So I need 3 buckets of hydrogen and 1 of nitrogen. And that makes 2 ammonia. I only need the 1 bucket of ammonia, so I guess one of them I can bin. Yeah. Now I need boric acid. So 3 water. Are you kidding me? This would have gotten me the hydrogen I needed. It's fine. I then need a diborane. So more hydrogen. Okay, so I still needed this anyway. And molten boron. So I just need to melt 1 bucket's worth of boron. And I guess get rid of that 8 millibuckets. And then the bucket of boron and the 3 hydrogen go in there to make the diborane. I can just get rid of the rest of that boron. And then diborane plus water makes the boric acid and the hydrogen. I don't need the hydrogen anymore. And then the ammonia and the boric acid makes the boron nitride solution, which I can then extract into the crystallizer to get the hexagonal boron nitride. This then goes into a pressurizer to make the cubic boron nitride, and that should mean I now have everything I need to fill this resonant cell frame. I don't know if it matters where the items go. I guess I can test it. If they need to be in order, then so be it. But they don't. Oh, that takes a lot of power. Okay then. Geez, how much energy does this take? 100 million. It's a bit hard to read how much I started with. I think 50 million? Give me a minute. Okay, I've connected this into the Wyvern crystals. So now it gets power a lot faster. So now I can put in all of these blocks. Oh, and then I need another crafting core in the middle. Okay. Give me a minute. I just need to make that. I just need to make a few more pedestals, and then I can make that crafting core. Now I can come back over here, stick it in, and running out of power. Turn the solar panels back on. Am I going at the maximum rate of these crystals? I think so, judging by the strength of the lasers. Yeah, I'm running through the power in the backlog. They only transmit at 250,000 RF per tick? Or am I reading that wrong? Oh, wait. Ah, that's what the limiting factor is. This can only input or output at 250,000 RF per tick. Okay. I don't think there's any way to make this any faster. So I'm just going to connect this directly. There we go. Now it's running super fast. And it's done. And I have the fusion crafting core. So then where am I going to put this? I was thinking up here, but I've got the thing in the way. I guess I've got room on the side. Yeah. I guess I can set something up here. I forget how far away it needs to go. I think I can just do that. I want to center this. I think that's all I need. So now I just need to connect this to power, and this should work as a basic fusion setup. So what do I do in there to test this? There's not a whole lot you can do on the basic tier. I guess I can upgrade to Wyvern? Yeah. I'm just gonna need some more Wyvern cores though. I just need to get some more primal mana, and then I can make 2 more Wyvern cores, and I should be able to just put all of these items in place, and... I just have to tell it to start. Whoa, it's doing all the shocking. Yeah, it's getting enough power. Starting to charge. Oh, there we go. It'll just start circling around in here and getting faster. There we go. 1 Wyvern fusion crafting injector. Now I can do 1 more. And there we go. Now I've got 2 of the Wyvern tier ones. And I would go further, but Wyvern cores are still kind of annoying for me to get right now. So maybe that's something to think of going forwards. I should try and automate these the way I've automated the Draconic cores. But the only 2 things I have any real problems with is the Shulker shells and the Stellar alloy. And all of this stuff I can get fairly easily. I don't have an automated way of getting Ender Amethyst though. Maybe I get some seeds? I mean, it's not that bad. I have a ton of essence, so I'm not worried about that. I guess I can go back to the end for a bit to get the blocks of amethyst. Yeah, I can probably get seeds. Then everything else here is fine. The Elementium. I think I'm going to have to do that manually. Unless, I don't know, a dispenser can do that? But I don't trust a dispenser to do stuff like this. I don't know, maybe I just make that myself. And the same with some of this stuff. I can probably steal the alloy tanks. I don't know. This might have to be more manual stuff, maybe. The Wyvern core's interesting. I'm definitely going to need to automate it, because the Wyvern core is used sometimes more than the Draconic core. And the later I go into the mod, the more I'm going to need this. And doing it manually is annoying. I think I'll work out the logistics of how to automate this on my own, and that might be what I have to do next video. Because now that I've done the very basics of fusion crafting, all I really need to do is just continuously upgrade this to chaotic, because that's what's gating basically everything. And might only be a couple episodes before I can get the Draconic Reactor. Depends how hard it is to get the Chaos Shards and upgrade to the final tier of fusion crafting, because this is quite a doozy. But it might not be as far off as I initially thought. I guess we'll find out. But I think this is going to be enough progress for me. I guess to round this out, I can grab all of these quest rewards. Why is the choice reward just 3 different loot chests? Okay. But I haven't claimed these quests in a while, so I've got some loot crates to go through. And I didn't get anything of note. I mean, block of Arctic fur could be good, because then I can get the Arctic stuff, and that's needed to get the Wyvern armor. But I still need the Yeti, so I still need to do a lot of the Twilight Forest. I got some new foods, but I'm pretty sure I'm at the cap for this already, because I've eaten quite a lot of unique foods. It says I can increase my max health more, but the number doesn't seem to go up anymore from that 273. So, I don't know. Helium collector's decent, but I don't know if I'm going to need helium. So, yeah, not really sure if I got anything of note there. So then, I think that's all I'm going to do in this video. And I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm going to call the video here. Bye!